Number 10 is a dogleg left, slightly uphill 375-yard hole from the back tees and 270 from the forward tees. It is drivable for the long hitters, so you'll want to make sure the green's clear before you attack it. Raccoon Creek is both right and left of the hole as it goes underneath the fairway. Your best angle comes in from just short of the creek at about 110 yards to an uphill green guarded by a front right bunker, and the green slopes from back left to front right.
This is Tom Bianca, host of Colorado's Voyage Radio program on 560 KLZ. This program is all about the businesses and lifestyles here in Colorado, and we feature these segments called Colorado's Best Golf, and we're at Raccoon Creek, and this is one of our choices for the top Colorado golf courses. And joining me today is Don Graham. He's got two positions. He's the head golf pro and assistant manager. Welcome to the show, Don.
Thanks, Tom. Good to see you.
I appreciate coming out. It's very early in the morning. It's beautiful. Great day. The grass is green. The trees are blooming. No wind. Perfect day for golf, and we're going to have some golf today. I'm featuring number 10. It's one of my favorite par 4s. Can you tell us a little bit about this hole that we're going to be playing and how far it plays from the back tees and the forward tees, and it's playable for all the golfers, right?
It is. From this tee box, this hole plays about 320. A couple years ago, we made a change and put the creek, opened it up so it bisects the fairway, so it gives you a challenge there. You can either hit it across the creek or lay up off the tee. From the back tee, it's about 375, so you've got your choice of where you're playing from. Today, we're moving up to the blue tees.
So they made some changes over the last number of years, and did they move the tee boxes a little bit further out to make it a little bit more difficult?
This hole, the tee boxes are still in the same location, but with the new clubhouse, it has a different look. So it used to have the old clubhouse right next to the tee box. There's a new parking area there, but the new clubhouse has moved up the hill.
Well, this is one of the holes that you can score well on because there's not too much trouble out there, correct? You got the creek that is protecting part of the fairway, but you just need to carry over the creek and then avoid that left-hand side, right?
Yep, two ways to play it. If you want to lay up, you'd probably hit a shot about 200 yards from this tee position. If you want to carry it, you probably have a 220 carry to get across the creek, which will leave you a fairly short shot into the green, opportunity for birdie. It's a challenging green, though.
We're going to find that out when we go up there.
Yeah.
So what club do you use for this particular? We're going to play it two ways, right? We're going to go for it because it has an opportunity to go for it from where we're playing, right?
Yep. Typically, I try to go for it depending on, if the black tee has wind in. It's a tougher carry from back there, but usually I try to go across. I would say the majority of players probably lay up, though, now.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't leave that much of a yardage for your approach shot.
I think if you lay up, you're going to be looking at about 130, 125, somewhere in there, depending on how close you get to the creek on your layup.
Mm-hmm. So if you go for it, you got to hit over those trees a little bit and fade it in, or can you draw it in too? You got two ways to play it, right?
I think it suits your eye nicely if you're a right to left player. My gaze typically hit it straight or a little left to right, so I'll have to kind of start it down the left side and just let it turn right back into the fairway.
So we're going to play two shots. You're going to go ahead and use your driver to go for it, and then you're going to show us how to lay it up and play it that way. So what club are you going to use to lay it up with?
A hybrid. Mm-hmm. For me, a 5 hybrid. So kind of get it up in the air down there in the flat, hopefully have a flat approach shot from somewhere between 120 and 140.
And what kind of loft angle does a 5 hybrid have?
27 degrees, so it's a lot.
Yeah. So
my friends give me a lot of grief because I have a lot of hybrids in my bag. My bag looks like a bouquet of flowers sometimes with all those head covers.
And they got pretty popular over the years. Those hybrids are good clubs.
Pretty easy to hit.
Yeah. And you've got one of the graphite shafts on that, so
yep.
And that increases your club head speed.
All my hybrids and fairway woods and my driver all have graphite shafts and steel in my irons.
When we get up to our age, we need a little bit of extra speed on our clubs.
I think I needed it at age 12.
So let's go ahead and play your hybrid, and let's see how you do.
You want to hit the hybrid first?
Yes, let's go ahead and do that, Don. And then we'll go back and hit your driver. We'll talk a little bit about what driver you use.
All right, so for the hybrid, I'm going to hit my Titleist 5 hybrid. I typically don't tee that up. I'm just going to play it off the ground and see if we can get one up the fairway.
I was well struck, Donnie. And you were exactly where you needed to be.
Just through the fairway into the rough, but short of the creek.
All right, so let's go ahead and take your driver.
All right.
Now. And tell us about the driver itself. What loft angle do you use on your driver?
I have a 9.5 degree Callaway Epic driver. The driver head is adjustable, like most of the modern clubs. So I really enjoy this club. It gives me a lot of forgiveness, which I need.
What kind of graphite shaft do you use? Is it a stiff or a flexible?
I have a stiff shaft in mine. Yeah.
When you got different club head speeds, it's really challenging for the average golfer to understand the importance of having the right graphite shaft on there.
Absolutely. We do a lot of demo days and custom club fittings out here at Raccoon Creek. Greg Shakespeare of Shakespeare Golf takes care of our club fitting for us, does an excellent job, gets you set up with what you need.
Yeah, and that's important. You have to have the proper tools in order to get the great game that you need every day.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and take that golf
All right.
club out and see if you can nail it onto the green, Don. I wish you well.
I don't think the green's an option, Tom, but we'd take some fairway up there.
If you can get it close, it's a good shot away. Awesome. I'm jealous of that shot, you know? I wish I had the club that you had, but I'm not a golf professional. I'm not that bad. I can swing a decent stick, but I tell you what, when you come out here and you play this hole, it doesn't matter if you take out a driver on this hole. You can just lay it up and then have a nice yardage shot right to the green like you left on your layup shot, Don. So I'm looking forward to playing this out. Let's go down there, see what you have left. We're going to play the driver on the shot.
Okay.
And hopefully we can birdie this hole or at least par, because those greens are challenging.
So let's see what we can do.
All right, Don, let's go down there.
All right.
Well, Don, I got to congratulate you. I'm jealous. That layup shot was absolutely perfect. It did run through the fairway into the rough, though.
Yep.
But it only left you about 120 yards going to the pin. And since we picked that ball up, we didn't give you a chance to actually see what you were going to do, but we want to play your driver, which was a whole lot better than you thought. It had the distance. It did not quite make the green, but you have got a decent sand trap shot to the pin. You've got plenty of green to work with. This bunker is fairly large. It does probably capture a lot of balls, but guess what? You're safe. It's a whole lot better than being on that left-hand side where all the trees are and long, right?
And the water.
And the water. So, good job, Don. But now, talk about the sand trap. Tell us how you're going to play it, what club you're going to use.
I've got a lob wedge here, about a 58 degree, so I'm going to try to strike the sand just an inch or so before the ball and get a little bit of a follow-through low and left, see if the ball will carry out and run toward the hole.
And do you open your stance in this particular shot?
Not a ton, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And how much do you got left to the pin, you think?
It's probably 30 yards or so.
Okay, you got a lot of green to work with. Let's go ahead and see how you play the sand trap shot. I'm wishing you well. Hopefully you'll, get it in. You see a nice birdie. How fast are the greens? How fast is this going to run for you, by the way?
The greens have just been mowed, so they're pretty quick. This part of the green on 10 is pretty flat. The whole front part of the green on 10 is a bit of a false front, but the pin's in a good spot.
And you want a lot of loft on this particular shot? Are you going to get a little less loft and run it up?
I'd rather kind of see how it comes out and then tell you afterwards what I meant to do.
Awesome, Don. Let's go ahead and see what you got.
All right.
Got a lot of loft on that.
Hit it a little early,
but you got it out, and now it's either a nice long putt for the birdie, or else you're gonna two putt, Don.
Well, I would take a two putt.
Well, I've seen a lot of things on this show, so I would not even with no thought in my mind see you knock it in.
All right, we'll see if we can do it.
All right, let's do that, Don.
Thanks.
Well, Don, I think if you had a second chance out of that sand trap, you could have done a better job.
You know, I remember you telling me we'd have as many takes as it took to hit a good shot, but we'd run out of daylight if we had to wait that long.
Oh, we could have cheated, you know. I could have moved the ball all the way up to the pin and said, hey, but we don't cheat at golf.
Now we got it safely out of the bunker. We're on the green. I've got about a 40-footer, 30-footer here, so I think there's a decent chance.
Hey, those sand trap shots are very difficult because you don't know what condition lies in that sand. Sometimes they're wet, and sometimes you get a fried egg.
Yes.
But, sand trap shots are very difficult for most people.
Yep, got to get in that practice bunker when you can, hit some practice bunker shots. Maybe take a lesson, see if you can get a little better at those.
Well, I that's one of my pet peeves is I'm in that sand a lot. My ball's a magnet. It sees sand, it wants to go there. So it's like water. It sees water, it goes there.
Yeah, happens to a lot of people. Don't be afraid of that bunker. There's actually a new rule in golf this year. You can take a 2-stroke penalty and come out of the bunker. That's a pretty heavy penalty, but if you want to get out, there's a way to get out without even hitting the bunker shot.
Well, you know, for those people who can't get out of the sand, that 2-stroke penalty might save them shots.
It could. It's possible.
Okay, so you got 30 feet left going to the pin. It is playing uphill, right, slightly?
A little bit uphill. It's going to run a little bit to the east like most of the greens do here at Raccoon Creek, so I do anticipate a little bit of right to left break.
And how fast are the greens here?
You know, they're fairly fast. Their main feature is the slope. When they were designed by Dick Phelps, he's got a lot of slope in these greens. They're very challenging.
And so how do you read the green, and what kind of putter do you use? And obviously give us a good putt tip to make this 30-footer.
You know, I kind of like a blade style putter. This one's a silver Scotty Cameron. My other gamer putter's an older Scotty Cameron that's a black colored finish. They're both a Newport style. They're excellent putters. What I do to read the green, though, is a couple different ways. I try to look at it visually. Like I mentioned before, I do know that a lot of the greens at Raccoon Creek tend to go east toward the Platte River Valley. And I'm just looking at it. I can see that it goes uphill, so it's not going to break a tremendous amount, but then it almost goes a little bit downhill back toward the hole. So I'm looking for a little right to left break on this.
All right, awesome. Let's see how you do, Don.
All right. Oh! I'll take that one.
Well, I think anybody who saw that at this point in time would also take that. Less than, I would say, an inch. And you almost made that birdie. You read the green really well, you set your target, and you almost did what you wanted to accomplish, and that was getting a birdie. But guess what? Just a tap-in par in this great par 4 here.
We'll take it. We don't even have to take the flag out anymore with the new rules. We can just tap it in.
Awesome. That's a great par 4 here, Don. It's number 10 at Raccoon Creek Golf Course. It's one of my favorites. For those people who have the distance and the club head speed, can you go for it?
Yep.
If you don't, you can just lay it up and leaves you a nice little approach shot to a green that's fairly fast, and it is protected, so you got to be accurate on your approach shot. So can you tell us a little bit more about the golf course, how they can book a tee time? Do you host tournaments and things like that? You know,
we host a tremendous amount of tournaments. With the opening of the new clubhouse last year, it's been a very popular tournament site. We have a dedicated tournament patio and an event lawn, so while you're having your tournament and the guests are enjoying dinner afterwards, they can play some games on the lawn. We have a fire pit. It's really a nice place to hang out in the evenings after golf. We book times online 2 weeks in advance on our website, or you can call in and book a time a week in advance over the phone.
And you got a full practice facility, new clubhouse.
New clubhouse, added a new putting green up by the driving range. We have a new chipping area that's under construction. We have an existing chipping area that we just added a practice bunker to. So yeah, lots of ways to practice here.
And it's an amazing clubhouse, very, very well done. It's got a lot of square footage, a beautiful restaurant. You can kick back with your friends. And if you want, you can even come here and watch some of the sports that are on the big screen TVs, right?
Absolutely, and don't forget 12 beers on tap.
Good food, good place to golf, great golf course. So tell us, how far does it play from the back tees, and a little bit more about the golf course. Is it a championship 18-hole course?
Yeah, it's an 18-hole par 72. I mentioned earlier it was designed by Dick Phelps. The back tee length is just under 7,200 yards, which isn't extremely long, but there's water in play on 14 holes. So if you can get around this golf course with the same golf ball, you've had a good day.
And the address here, a website address and phone number where they can book tee time.
www.raccooncreek.com, and our phone number is 303-973-4653. So that's 973-GOLF.
And the address is on Bowles, right?
7301 West Bowles Avenue, just across the street from Clement Park.
In Littleton, Colorado.
Absolutely.
That's great golf course. It's been around a long time. If you've not played this golf course, you definitely want to come out and test your game. It's got a beautiful new clubhouse, challenging golf, great time, good for your friends and family. It's capable of handling all handicapped golfers. You'll enjoy it. I appreciate Don Graham joining us, showing us how to play this beautiful par 4. Like I said, it's one of my favorites to play. It gets you off to a good start on the backside, and then you got a challenging par 5 coming up to you at number 11. Right,
That's
Don?
right.
Thanks again, Don.
Thanks, Tom.
And great job on this par 4. Just to tap in for your par. Let's go on to number 11 and see what you can do there.
All right. Sounds like fun.
Awesome, Don. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
We'll see you next time on Colorado's Best Golf.